Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to do a quick video showing the user interface in the home menu for the Nintendo Switch 2. As you can see, it is pretty similar to the Switch 1, if not almost exactly the same. But there's a lot more little sound effects going on. I'll show you as I press. Obviously, you have the chat button, but there's little sound effects for everything you press, which gives it a little more character than the Switch 1, and it gives it more Nintendo feel. Go to the album. You can see I've been a little bit busy. But yeah, everything feels pretty much the same outside of those little additions of the sound that give it a little more character. But as you can see, I have the Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics app. Oh, that's nice. But you have the game share option, the virtual game cards, which is actually something that was added to the Switch 1 interface anyway. But let's go ahead. One of the biggest things people were hoping is the Nintendo Switch Online app actually runs a little bit smooth. So let's go ahead and check that out and see how it runs. Go ahead into my profile. And I feel like that already loaded faster than the Switch 1, which it set a low standard on the Switch 1, so I don't know how to do this comparison much justice how good it is. But let's move around here. Let's see how quick it loads each page. Okay, that isn't bad at all. That it takes a second, but compared to the Switch 1, that feels like it is just chugging. It's moving pretty nice. Oh, and look at that! It has a little videos playing in the background. Okay, I like that a lot. Okay. And then you have all the games here. Oh. I like that. It really makes it... It's really a step up with these like little videos they play. Little previews. That's nice. But as you can see, you can kind of go into all the classics, which is nice. You have your save data in the cloud. And everything that the other one had, but obviously looking a lot nicer. I wish they had general music that played over it, but it is nice that you can just hover over something and then music starts playing. But you got the icons just like before. But pretty much it loads a lot faster and it looks a lot nicer. And hopefully they only improve it further and optimize it even more with the improvement in the hardware with the Switch 2. But yeah, the NSO app is looking pretty nice. So let's go ahead and jump into the eShop and check that out. That's probably one of the other ones that's a curiosity of a lot of people of how it runs. Okay. Got into it pretty quick. And yeah, it seems like everything's loading a lot quicker, which it should with the new hardware. But yeah, I think it looks like it runs a lot better. I'll have to take a little bit more of a look into it to see how they organize the games and make sure there's not shovelware being pushed to the top like that's something that's happened with the Switch 1. But okay, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's still a little chug if you're really trying to go up real quick, but it loads pretty quickly now. Got the Nintendo Classics little option there. And that's really nice. Okay, and something for those of you who have the expansion pack, and this is another thing, it shows that little preview as you're hovering over it. But if you have the expansion pack, you can actually upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2 editions if you have these games for free or for being included in the expansion pack.
Adventures in Hyrule
Okay,
on the
dude.
Nintendo Switch.
Can you like not talk? He's talking over me over here. But you can see I downloaded it, and I like how they kind of have the option on the side here where, okay, you downloaded it from the expansion pack, but if you want to own it, you can just buy it separately there too. But I'm fine just having it through the expansion pack for now, and I already downloaded it. And you can do this for Breath of the Wild and for Tears of the Kingdom. Outside of that, it's like $10, I think, for most upgrade packs. I think it's $20 for the Mario Party upgrade pack, which I think is a little bit dumb. But yeah, if I go into here, it's not included in the expansion pack. I would have to actually pay for that, which I probably will end up doing that. But yeah, looks pretty nice, running pretty smooth. So I'm definitely happy or happier with the Switch 2 eShop. Go ahead and leave there. Outside of that, it's everything is pretty similar. You got your friends list here. Got some people. Oh, see, you see a lot of people playing other games. I saw people playing Zelda, which and Mario Kart World, probably taking advantage of the new hardware. But yeah, a lot of things are very similar. If you want to add me, if you want to add me, there's my friend code. Hey, I'll accept it if you do it. But outside of that, let's check out the chat. So if I hit the chat button on the Pro controller, it brings up this screen. So I can go here, and you can create a chat, which is nice. I can just go to people who actually are signed up for this and pick a few of them, probably create a room, and then you can look at the chat list and see if anyone has chats open. So that's kind of nice. If someone makes a chat and they're on your friends list and they have it where people can join, you can just join, and it just seems like a pretty seamless game chat, which is nice. I'm glad Nintendo actually seemed. I didn't get to test it yet, but actually getting into the chat seems like it's pretty nice. You can go into the settings here, which it's pretty bare bones, but doesn't need to be anything fancy. I really do want to try out the chat soon. But outside of that, you have your normal controller settings to change your grip order and all that. Virtual game cards. You have your system settings. Go to your users, and here's the big thing. Now we have HDR. You can enable that. You can set that to automatic. And what I'm using right now, I can only go up to 1080p. But if you have these monitors or TVs with these resolutions, you can enable that. You can have 120 hertz enabled, which if you're playing Mario Kart World, it has to be in 1080p to get to 120 hertz, or I guess 1440p. But the 4K looks pretty good in Mario Kart World, so I'd probably recommend that. Just HDR. You have your Mii stuff, amiibos, and a lot of the other basic settings, but it's pretty nice. I actually became a fan of the simplicity of the Switch 1 home screen. There are things I wish they still had because I think they lost a little character. I think they've definitely improved it. I just hope they eventually let us have themes. I mean, the dark theme looks a little better, but you're just grasping at straws at that point. And we have the game share, which I can't really show too much here. But if you have someone with a Switch 1 in a compatible game, you can actually share a game you're playing to be able to play multiplayer with them on a Switch 1. And through online, you would have to be both using a Switch 2 and do it through game chat to be able to share a game. But yeah, that is the Switch 2 home screen and user interface. It's pretty clean. It's pretty smooth. There's still some things I wish they would add, but definitely an improvement over the Switch 1. Thank you guys for watching the video. Let me know what you think of the home screen and the user interface, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!